They lay a bunch of eggs. Every day it seems like they're putting out eggs. Need I say more about trapping small game than hickory tree? Trap down in. But you don't see many trucks like that on them hunting shows, do you? Hood up, full of wood in the back. Oh, hello everybody, T-Mac here, Wild for the Outdoors. I'm going to do a quick video talking about trapping to survive. Man, if you ain't willing to trap, you're probably going to have a rough time surviving. That's just the way it is. Trapping has been a part of survival since the beginning. And the more you know, the better off you're going to be. The more you're going to go from surviving to sustaining. And I tell you what, that's important, especially if you're a family man like I am. Now, I've been over there to Southern Snares Supplies, check out what they got, and I found a pretty cool little kit here. They didn't come with this bag, just so you know. They sell these right here, the basic survival snare kit, and this comes with 12 premium snares, support wire, and survival snaring guide. And that's just what it is, a dozen, and this whole thing right here weighs around 10 ounces, so it's well worth its weight. And each snare is individually packed in there, so that you just grab one and you're not fighting a whole bunch of them. Well, two of them came out there, but they're not. It's not a big wiry mess. They wrap each one of them separately so that they come apart really quickly, so you're not struggling to dig each one of them out, or the whole wad's not going to come out at one time. These snares are pre-dyed, so you don't have to dye them. They're ready to go. Of course, I've been touching these now with my bare hands, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you how they work. They work just like any other snare. All you do is you unwind them. There's your snare. This is where you're going to anchor it, whether it be nailing it to a tree or you know, whatever it's going to be. It's got an area there for a nail and all that. It comes with this little card here, and of course right on the front it says the natural process of dyeing the snare will leave small burrs on the cable. Slide the snare lock back and forth several times to smooth out the cable, thus creating a faster closing action and smoother working snare. You want this thing to be working smooth, especially in a survival situation, because every one of these are going to count. Now, this little card that comes with it is great, especially for someone who doesn't snare a lot like myself. I have snared before. Of course, in Oklahoma you can't, but there are other states out there with more common sense trapping laws than Oklahoma, thankfully. But it gives you just a little table here. Let me let this one come down. Wind cut. This is the card that comes with it. The little guide. It's like a credit card. Pretty much the same. Feels just like a credit card. It's going to be durable. It's a plastic, hard plastic. It's not going to get wet and smudge or nothing like that. And it has the loop size and the loop height for all these different animals: beaver, bobcat, coyote, fisher, fox, groundhog, squirrel, rabbit, possums, raccoon, and woodchuck. I found this log right here covered with bits of acorns where squirrels have been eating all up and down this log. So I got a pack full of snares here. I apologize for the wind. I've been wanting to do this video for days, but the wind has not quit in days. It's just getting worse. So this little setup right here, as you can see, I got a snare wired to this tree right here. The snare goes up the tree. I use the wire that's included in this kit coming out to put my loop right in the center of this log, and I got these sticks here to kind of funnel that squirrel where I need him to go. In this little pack right here, of course this thing tells me I need a 4-inch loop, 2 inches off the ground or off my surface. And that's about what I got. So I can carry, I got 24 snares, 2 of these survival snare packages in this, plus some 110 conibears. And I can easily travel through the forest here and find little spots like this where squirrels have been chewing and set up snares just like this all through the woods. Now, I wouldn't use them as far as bigger animals. Now, I've seen coyotes get snared on fence rows, and I've also seen them snared out in the brush, and sometimes they tear up the snare, sometimes they don't. It just depends on the coyote. I've seen coyotes get them around their neck and just freeze up, dig a hole, and lay there. So it just depends on the animal. Not all snares are one and done every time. The animal comes along here, bounding, he gets there, and we got him. Now, of course, I'm not going to leave this set, but I'm going to keep all the components, even this wire. The wire comes in the bag. And you get a nice long snare with it. Here we got a perfect little set for the 110 conibear. I got some in here. These traps fold up nice and flat. You can carry a lot of them in a pack, and they're really easy to set. See if we can make it set right here. It's worth our time. Oop. I might just sit like that. Maybe guard the top a little bit. Tell you what, that right there might just work. I'd definitely try it out if it was my trap line and this is what I was doing. I would definitely try this set out. See, the animal comes through here. Get me a stick. Well, it's sitting there pretty solid. Yeah, I think that'd work. But I tell you what, these 110s, I think they are the greatest small game trap on the market. Things you can catch in this trap range from, let's see, squirrels, gray and red. Let's put it in a survival situation. That's what we're talking about. Possum, skunk, mink, weasel, pack rats, Norwegian city rats. Let's see. Well, the one that make sure there's no widowmakers above me. The muskrat. You know, all these animals, they will stick their head in that. Now, maybe not a huge possum, but possums get caught in these, and I've actually seen on these trapping forums and stuff that people can actually catch fish with these, so that's pretty impressive. I don't know, I'm sure it's an accident trapping for mink or for a muskrat. When it comes down to surviving and trapping, yeah, hunting's important, but not near as important as trapping. Traps are working all the time. And if you had a foothold line out for your bigger game, there's a line of small game traps out there that a young person could take this whole set out, a little bit of teaching, and they can have their own trap line and not have to pack all them big heavy traps around. So do me a favor, go check them out. Southern Snare Supply, these guys are awesome. They're really treating Wild for the Outdoors great, so I have no problem pushing their product. And these are quality products. They're already dyed for you. Even the wire that comes with it is dyed. And get you some 110 conibears for your survival trapping pack like this. And you can just tuck all these away. Like I said, half a dozen 110s, maybe a dozen if you want. And a couple of them basic snares sets, and you can fill a bag like this, have not much weight at all, and be out there substituting your diet with small game when you need to. I think this right here is a major part of survival. So get out there, get some dirt time in, practice it, and you know, I hope we never have to do it, but if we do, we'll be ready. This is T-Mac. I love you all. God bless, and I'll see you next time. For tons more videos, go to our YouTube channel, Wild for the Outdoors. You can also see them at www.wildfortheoutdoors.com. And don't forget to go to Facebook, like us, share us with your friends, and hey, remember, it's your God-given duty to manage this land.